Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We'll now proceed with the oath-taking of the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, and all the generals and flag officers.
Will all those who are taking their oath, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, your name, having been promoted to the rank, your rank, do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations. Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations, everyone.
May photo op po tayo ng isa, sir.
Thank you. At this point, to deliver his message, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Allow me to greet some of the officials that are here. Please take your seats as you were. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, the National Defense Secretary Gilbert Chidoro, the other members of the Cabinet present, the AFP Chief of Staff, General Romeo Browner Jr., and the Major Service Commanders, the newly promoted officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, I should add, the families of our newly promoted officers. Good afternoon. Allow me to extend, first of all, my warmest congratulations to all the newly promoted senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, including our AFP Chief of Staff, General Romy Browner. I wish all of you the best as you embark on this new chapter in your respective careers. As you now prepare yourselves for the myriad challenges that lie ahead, let us all take pause and be reminded that coupled with these promotions are greater responsibilities and duties. These will strain and test the mettle of your character, integrity, loyalty, and professionalism in the fulfillment of your sacred duty of protecting and defending our people and our nation. I, along with the nation, expect all of you to perform your duty with strength of character and utmost integrity, loyalty, and professionalism, qualities fundamental and core to the service as officers in our nation's armed services. I place emphasis on this at the outset in light of the continuing changes and emerging developments in our nation's evolving security landscape. Your new positions and ranks shall place you at the forefront, both familiar and new and novel defense and security challenges that we now face. You must not only anticipate, but you must also be ready to adapt and respond to emerging national security and defense realities that exist in our country and in our region. While it is noteworthy that we see positive and encouraging developments in terms of our internal security situation, there remains much to be done. We must maintain our vigilance and guard against those actors, whatever nature or form they may take, who would threaten and jeopardize the peace we have striven and fought for all these many years. So I enjoin you to help ensure that the communities once beset by conflict are benefiting and continue to benefit from the gains of peace and our numerous development interventions. For the progress of our nation and the welfare of our people are underpinned by the peace and the stability, the security of our communities. As the new leaders of our AFP, you are expected to help ensure that the armed forces will be more agile, flexible, and responsive to better address emerging issues confronting our nation. We must be ready. Our armed forces must be capable of securing and defending the archipelago from emerging threats. I urge you to further enhance joint planning and operations to ensure interoperability across all AFP units and platforms, sustain and foster greater collaboration with other government agencies and civil society groups, harnessing their respective knowledge, specializations, and technical expertise in coming up with innovative, effective, efficient solutions to the challenges that stand in the way of achieving peace and unity. As I acknowledge your well-deserved promotions and patriotic service, I also express my gratitude on behalf of our people and the nation to your families and loved ones who have shared the burden of your service. I am grateful for their selflessness and sacrifice to support you in your career and the performance of your duty for the Philippines. Be assured of this administration's unshakable commitment to their protection and their welfare, just as we in turn commit to ensure that all of you are provided with the necessary tools to perform your tasks and duties in the fulfillment of your service to our nation and our people. Join me now and our nation as we together march forward in unison towards that future that is filled with hope and pride and unbound opportunities for all Filipinos. Once again, congratulations to the newly promoted generals and flag officers of our armed forces. Mabuhay ang sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Thank you, Mr. President. And now, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity with each of our promoted generals and flag officers with their immediate families. May we invite the promoted generals and flag officers with their families to please assemble at the left side area and exit to your right after the photo opportunity. Major General Fabian M. Pedregosa and family. Thank you. Major General Romel P. Roldan and family. Thank you. Next, we have Major General Noe Alberto Q. Peñafiel and family. Thank you. Major General Freddy T. De La Cruz and spouse. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Arnel Jose J. Morada and family. Thank you. Next, Brigadier General Antonio G. Mangoroban Jr. and family. Thank you. Next, Brigadier General Maynard G. Camarao and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Ferdinand Melchor C. De La Cruz and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Efren F. Morados and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Peter B. Borgonio and family. Thank you. We now have Brigadier General Juliano C. Llarenas and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Elmer B. Suderio and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Felix Ronnie B. Babak and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Marion T. Angkaw and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Dennis Arpasis and family. Thank you. This time, we have Brigadier General Andre B. Santos and family. Thank you. Commodore Edward Ike M. Desagon and family. Thank you. Next, Brigadier General Christopher C. Tampus and family. Thank you. Commodore Dwight Stephen M. Dulnowan and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Jesus Nelson B. Morales and family. Thank you. Next, Brigadier General Taharuddin P. Ampatuan and family. Thank you. Next, Brigadier General Anton G. Abrina and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Francisco F. Lorenzo Jr. and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Gulliver L. Sinieres and family. Thank you. Brigadier General Ulysses S. Marquez and family. Thank you. May we now have Brigadier General Joey A. Escanillas and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General William P. Peñafiel Jr. and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Nasir P. Lidasan and family. I'd like to request the AFP Secretariat to stand by and prepare. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Simplicius G. Adeser and family. Thank you. Next, we have Brigadier General Isagani O. Criste and family. Okay, thank you. Next, so we have the AFP Secretariat.
Thank you. And finally, we have Office of the Presidential Advisor on Military and Police Affairs. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, for granting us a photo opportunity. That concludes our oath-taking ceremony. Thank you, Mr. President. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.,